And I'm an asshole and it's okay. I piss people off and it makes my day. Hi, I'm back again. It's another week gone by. Well, since the official one went by, anyways. And tonight's program is brought to you by Fetishes Are Us. Whether it be leather, entrails. Yeah, most people like chicken entrails when it comes to that one. Anyways, tooth, claw, or whatever it is, feather, even scale. We have it. If you need a fetish, we got a fetish for you. And if we don't have a fetish for you, we'll make a fetish up for you. Just remember, at Fetish Are Us, you are the fetish. All right, so once again, Richard, where the hell do we get these sponsors from?
I just get emails, and I've been accepting everything.
You got to stop accepting everything, because these guys aren't even paying us money for this. I mean, they got, what is this phone number?
Well, they said it would be good exposure.
Yeah, but what is this? Look at this phone number. 666-666-1234. What kind of phone number is that, Rich?
It's one that tells me they're a little on the kinky side.
Okay, well, I told Richard tonight that I am going to be speaking with a lisp. At least I'm going to try to speak with a lisp. Not the whole program, but for a good part of the program, we'll speak with a lisp. So it sounds like this when I speak. And yet, if I look at Richard, I'm spitting all over.
I've had worse.
He's giving me the eye. He's giving me the eye. No, that's not some place for you to do things in there. I'm just speaking with a lisp. Don't get any ideas. I can't help it, man. I just get these. I get these. Oh, by the way, this is my t-shirt today. I'd rather be. You fill in the blanks. If you got dirty mind, you're gonna get a dirty result. If you're paying attention to the details, you get it.
I do want to point out, I really don't know what he has planned. I don't see his notes over there. All I heard is something. Well, I don't want to spoil it, but I'm along for the ride.
So I'm done speaking with a lisp now. A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P. I'm not going to go any further than that. Yeah, I'm done speaking with a lisp now, and we're going to get back to regular radio programming, and you can see the smile on my face is kind of screwed up, but that's okay. Okay, so we had some fun with that. All right. Tonight I'm going to reprise one of my favorite things that I did. I used to work at WAI Radio. And I've told y'all I've worked at several radio stations over the years. And at WAI Radio, one of my jobs was to call the news director at 4 a.m. in the morning and wake him up. Give him a call. Hey, Ernie, it's 4 o'clock. You got to get up. Okay, like he can't, get up with his own alarm clock and whatnot. I never understood that part of it, but all right.
I understand.
And after about a week of, Ernie, it's 4 o'clock in the morning, time to wake up, I got bored. Now, when I get bored, that's not a good thing, because John's creative juices start kicking in. And John starts doing all kinds of weird shit. And yes, I did say the word shit. I'm being loquacious tonight. Once again, I'm not going to explain the word loquacious to you. You're going to have to go look that up. Consider this part of your educational process.
You might want to watch the fucking language. Our sponsors may not like that.
Our sponsors are face our ass. What do you expect?
No, they wouldn't mind.
Man. So, anyways, one of the after a while, I started making the Wake Up Ernie tapes. I incorporated the assistance of the guy who worked from 6 at night till midnight. I would come in at 10 o'clock at night, just so we would have 2 hours in the production studio to bounce ideas off each other and come up with another 30 to 40 second Wake Up Ernie tape. Needless to say, as time went on, over the next year and a half, these got more and more elaborate. a lot more work was put into them than should have been put into them. But we had a lot of fun doing it. So tonight, I'm going to reprise one of my characters. Tonight, you will be graced with Rocco Cabana, Belch's to familiar tunes. So let me get ready here. I gotta get something here gotta get some gas going, man.
Oh,
Don't worry, I got two.
I can feel that. I can feel that.
I got two of these, and we'll start out with Henry Mancini's Baby Elephant Walk. Oh, I don't have it. I don't have it. I don't have it. Let's spray this. Oh. Okay, we did baby elephant walk.
Keep drinking. You gotta build up that ammunition.
I gotta get something more going there. I'm sorry, man.
Like I said, I'm along for the ride. I'm just sitting here like
when I was Rocco, when I was Rocco Cabana at that point, I think I was 23 or 24 years old. My lungs were a lot better and didn't have about 60 years of smoking behind them. So we're just gonna do the best we can. I just thought of something here. Of course, y'all aren't gonna know about this, but until we get to it, but that's okay. You don't need to know everything. You just need to know something. You just need to know you're having a good time. All right, so this is another one of the songs we used to use at that point, so let's go ahead and load up.
Is there going to be an ad? Yes, there's an ad. Here, let me go ahead and skip that for you.
Yeah, skip that.
1, 2.
Oh, river, wide, I'm crossing you in style.
Someday.
Okay. Obviously, Rocco Cabana is not with us tonight. Just can't seem to get it going. But we tried. We tried. If you didn't laugh at some of it, well, you're not going to laugh at none of it. I have to admit, doing a lisp thing was fun. I enjoyed doing the lisp thing.
Now, my brother can fart on command.
We need to invite him sometime.
That is a thing to behold.
I can imagine it's going to get pretty bad here, too. Okay, now we're going to take a moment here to be serious. And a moment's over. And now we're going back to our program again. Yes, that's just how it goes, man. It's that quick. It's just like that. You couldn't miss it if you blink your eyes. Scratch your ass and it's gone. Oh, now I got a burp.
I'll provide the background music.
Okay. So we're close to Halloween.
I need to get one of those shitty little recorders from high school and
Oh yeah.
You'll terribly play some music while you're belching. Okay, all right.
Well,
My dumb ass is gonna be drunk on Amazon tonight, I guess.
yeah, we're gonna be having fun in the future with a recorder. You know what we can do is we can get your brother over here. We can shove the recorder up his ass and he can fart through that. That would be something to see, right? I'm not sure he'd appreciate it, but
Oh no, you don't know my brother. He would absolutely be down for that.
That's more than I need to know at this point. But okay. So it's close to Halloween, and I've told you one Halloween story already, but I'm going to tell you another Halloween story. This is back when I worked at KRNN Radio. I know these letters, they mix, they match. Just remember there are only 4 and they start with a K or a W. There's only 4 of them.
Why is that anyway? I'm sorry.
I've never really understood that. It's just something
Wait, if it's K, it's FM. If it's W, it's AM.
the
But
FCC,
I never understood why.
no. Well, the FCC. That's just the way they did it. You know, I mean, AM and FM radio, of course, being different. FM is frequency modulated, and AM is
Amplitude modulation.
Yeah, amplitude modulation. The thing about AM radio, though, and this is the interesting part about AM radio, is that on a given night, if the conditions are perfect,
It'll carry.
they can hear you on the other side of the world. Actually, when I was working over at WOAI Radio AM, I had a guy. I got a phone call about 3:00 in the morning, and it was a guy in Japan. He goes, "This WOAI radio?" I said, "Yeah, this WOAI radio." "Yeah, I'm listening to Larry King on your radio station right now." I said, "Well, where are you at?" "I'm in Japan."
Wow.
Wow.
You know, I thought it was impressive that we were still picking up like WAI when a long time ago we went down to Marfa to see the Marfa lights.
Oh yeah.
AKA headlights. Sorry to burst anybody's bubble, but yeah, those are people coming home from work.
Yeah, but the thing is that AM radio will bounce all over the damn place.
A clear night, especially cold nights. Something about cold weather.
Yeah, cold weather does
will make sound and radio waves apparently that travel further. It's just I definitely know that with sound.
So I was working at KRNN Radio, and they were having their annual Christmas party at the Airport Hyatt, which is it's highfalutin. The Airport Hyatt, we're having a Christmas party. You guys get to come. All beer and alcohol. We'll have an open bar there, and it's free.
Open bar, I'm there.
Yeah, no, damn right it is. You know, if you can, come in costume. Well, since they were nice about it and asked, I decided to go in costume. So I proceeded to go down to my regular Igor store. I don't remember the name of the Igor store, but yeah, I called it the Igor store. And I picked up about a pound and a half of fake flesh. And I went home, and that night, just before I took off for the party, I took that fake flesh, pulled all my hair back. I had long hair back then. You see Richard's hair. My hair looked like that back then. And what I did is I took that fake flesh and I put 2 rather prominent large globes on my forehead. At which point, once that was affixed to my forehead, and it was to my satisfaction, I took my pen and made a little hole in it. I took my hair and I took a bunch of mousse and I pulled it all forward. So all my hair was sticking up to about right here. And with all that mousse in it, just sort of stood up straight. So I get in my truck and I proceed to go to the party. I get to the party, I go in. And my boss, J. Philip Anderson, who at the time is feeling pretty good, he's like, well, I see Melissa came as one of our one of the hosts of one of our radio programs here, Dr. something, I forget what her name was, but says, John, what the hell did you come as? I looked at him and I said, I came as an asshole. I came as a hairy asshole. And I walked around like that, explaining that for the rest of the night and getting, of course, the requisite laughs and such. Now, mind you, they didn't pay us very much to work in radio. The pay is working in radio because it's so damn much fun. You just laughing your butt off. You're laughing your ass off day in, in my case, night in and night out. But, so as a result, when I left, of course, I had about a case of beer stuffed in my shirt since it was an open bar. And they let me walk out with it. So, hey, that's my second Halloween story. I've got another Mick story for you. This is about the time Mick got picked up for DWI in El Paso, Texas. Well, we were all at this party. I guess you could call it a party. It was a party that went on for about a week. There were a couple of fellas that were enlisted men who were watching a lieutenant colonel's house for him while he was on vacation for 2 weeks. And as a result, they invited all their friends to come over and party with them. Morning, noon, and night. So it didn't matter if it was daytime or nighttime. He just showed up and partied. Well, needless to say, when Mick got there, he did his share of partying, and by the time I got there, he had left. He was no longer there. Of course, when I walked in the house, I'm like, oh my God, what did you guys do to this place? It is a wreck. This lieutenant colonel is going to hang both of you. And they're like, nah, he's cool. I said, whatever, man. Well, about halfway, about 5 o'clock in the evening, we get a call. And it's from one of our other friends who's like, yeah, man, Mick has been arrested for DWI. He was going down Gateway East up off I-10 the wrong way in his little Ford Fiesta. Remember we talked about the Ford Fiesta? Well, Mick, apparently, when the cops tried to pull him over, tried to play it off and keep going and just like, I'm cool. Needless to say, they forced him over. Fiesta got dented a few times. They arrested him and hauled him off to the jail. Well, me and another one of his friends, Bradley, we decided to go down and bail him out. And I think it cost like $60 at the time, which in 1961 was some serious money, We both pretty much went broke, bailing him out. So we bailed the Mick out. And as he comes out, he's still drunk. He's still somewhat... and he decides he's hungry. So the three of us go to the local Denny's. And as we sit at the local Denny's, unfortunately, the young lady who was our waitress sat us in the middle of the restaurant, almost as if the gods had willed it to be that way. And that's the way it was, just the way it was going to be. So she asked us what we want to drink, and of course, iced tea. Everybody wants an iced tea. Okay, that's cool. And about that time, Mick decides, I got to go take a piss, man. I got to go take a leak. I said, okay, fine. And when he left, I looked over at Bradley, and I said, this is going to be fun, man. I unscrewed the top from the salt shaker and poured it all into his tea, and then screwed the top back on. Well, about 5 minutes later, Mick comes back from doing his business. He looks at that glass of iced tea. Oh, I needed this. And he grabs that glass of iced tea and he just hoists it up and takes a big monster slug off of it. All of a sudden, this look of disbelief and horror is on his face. And next thing I know, as I'm ducking under the table and Bradley is dropping as well, Mick is spewing tea in a 360-degree ring around us, soaking everybody within shot of him spewing tea. I'm laying there under the floor laughing my ass off. I can't believe what I've just caused. And of course, Mick's got this look on his face. What the hell? He's got that look. I can't do the look. Mick, it was a great look that Mick had when he was surprised and upset about something. But
Mick, the human sprinkler.
so about that time, the waitress runs up and she goes, Sir, is there something wrong, sir? What can I do? Is there something wrong? And Mick looks up at her in his drunken haze and he goes, oh. What's that under your nose? And the poor girl, she just looks down and a very quiet voice goes, It's a wart, sir. I am back under the table with Bradley laughing my ass off. I mean, this poor girl, and she's got to put up with a lot of shit from a lot of people all day long as a waitress. But believe me, I know. I've worked, in the restaurant industry. And here's Mick. What's that under your nose? That's a wart, sir. Oh, my God. Yes, it was cruel to laugh. And yes, this poor girl probably was in tears by the time she made it back to the behind the kitchen and whatnot. But the look on Mick's face, that innocent, just, what's that under your nose? Oh my God.
That reminded me of something, but I'll save it for another time.
But anyways, well, I guess that's going to conclude tonight's.
Hold up. I got one more thing. One more Halloween-related thing.
Okay.
A few years, several years back now, I suppose. What did you go as for Halloween when you came down with Bell's palsy?
Yeah, well, when I had Bell's palsy, I've had Bell's palsy twice. So those of you who haven't had it yet, all you youngins out there, this is something you can look forward to. I'm gonna give you some background on this now. Bell's palsy, what it does, it paralyzes one side of your face. Your mouth is gonna droop. You won't be able to blink. You won't be able to close your eyelid. Your speech sounds even worse than this. And this is sounding pretty bad. You're imagine your head goes, that sort of thing. Generally what happens is whichever side of the face it's happening on at that point, if you get a very sharp pain behind your ear, just below and behind your ear, that's when you have to start thinking, what's going on here? Well, first time I had Bell's palsy, I went to a restaurant, and at a Mexican restaurant one morning for breakfast. It was a Saturday morning, and I'm trying to eat menudo. As I'm trying to spoon menudo into my mouth, it's falling out of one side. Like, what the hell? Oh, what's this? What's this? My mouth wouldn't work. Now, John being John and being stubborn that I am, instead of going directly to the hospital and having this checked out, decided to do his research. And I got on the internet and looked it up and told me, Bell's palsy. Now, that it could have been a stroke. It's very similar to the same symptoms of a stroke. But I knew it wasn't a stroke because I could, lift my arms above my head. And that's one of the main ways you check for that sort of thing on your own. But about a couple hours later, I went in and the doctor, of course, chewed me a new one for not coming in sooner, even though I knew what it was. And he was just more or less concerned about my general health, so to speak. And, well, here's to my health. So, for Christmas, for Halloween that year, I went as, what was it?
You can remember.
Yeah, I'll remember.
It very much had to do with the two expressions on the
I know. My brain, this happens. Okay, guys, girls, when you get older, this is going to happen to you. You'll be thinking about something, and all of a sudden, bing, it's gone. It's like, what the? I had it. Are you over there? Are you over there? Huh. Yeah.
All right.
Well, anyways,
I could
do, I was the only guy I knew who could do comedy and tragedy at the same time.
That's what you win at. It's like, I'm comedy and tragedy.
Yeah. Comedy and tragedy at the same time. Wait till you get your first case of Bell's palsy. Thing about it is, you're gonna get, if you get one case of Bell's palsy, you're probably gonna get another one on the other side of your face. Now they tell you that 5%.
My mother-in-law's had it. My grandmother's had it.
Well, they're gonna tell you that 5% of the people who get Bell's palsy, they never recover, and their face stays like that. But depending upon the person and personality, which in my case, if it had stayed like that, it would have been fine by me. Because I'm just that kind of guy. But, yeah, comedy and tragedy at the same time. Well, if Richard's going to allow me to, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up for tonight. I'm sorry about the Rocco Cabana thing. I really did give it my shot. And it just didn't work.
I think you need to start drinking earlier.
Maybe so. Last time I did this, man, I did this and I started drinking soda and it worked fine. I seem to remember something about puking, though.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Okay, well, we'll see you all next week when we do this again. And I'd rather be... Make it up. Decide. It's on you.
Don't forget your sock monkeys.
Oh, yes! Sock monkey! Sock monkey must die! No, he mustn't. Okay. We'll see you next week.